Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'll be teaching you the Microsoft Excel from the beginning. So it's a very good chance for those who want to learn the Microsoft Excel from the beginning, and they want to know how to input the formulas and all. So I'll try my best to introduce you the Microsoft Excel's basics in very simple way. Okay, moving towards our Microsoft Excel's first step. The first of all, I want to make it clear, it doesn't matter which version you are using for Microsoft Excel, if it is 2007, 2013, 12, 11, whatever it is, the usage will remain same. Yes, the latest version will have some added features, but those features doesn't have any concern with the basics where we'll start now. Okay, Microsoft Excel is mostly known as the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet, why it is called spreadsheet? Because it is spreaded over on many columns and rows. What are the columns and what are the rows? Here I'll define it. These boxes, first of all, I want to share the information about these boxes. These rectangular boxes are called cells, and on the cell which the our pointer will be pointed, where we'll be working, that will call cell pointer. For example, if we are now here in this particular cell, it's marked in green, highlighted in green, so it is called the cell pointer. If we click somewhere else, so the cell pointer moves towards that particular cell, so it means that we will be working in this particular cell. And each cell has a particular name, specific name, to utilize it in better way. And how it is named, for example, if we are under the letter alphabet D and number 3, actually these alphabets, these are called columns, which will start from A till the end, which is XFD. And these numbers, this will continue from top to bottom. These are our rows. For example, if I want to select a row, I'll select it like this. In horizontal position, it is called a row. Or if I click on the number, and the mouse will change to an arrow, I'll click like this to show the complete row will be selected. In the same manner, if I'll select the cells in vertical position, that will be known as columns, selected columns. Okay, if I'll click the alphabet, by clicking on the keeping the mouse pointer on the alphabet, the view will change. It will be a black arrow pointing towards down, so it means I'm selecting the complete column of C. So if we are in the under the column of B and row number 2, so this cell will be known as B2. It's named here B2. Okay, and likewise here, if we will be under A and row number 1, so it will be A1. So it's very useful to know about this cell numbers, how it's named. That's one of the basic things. Okay, so moving to our next portion, which is calculation. In calculation, actually we have two types of calculation. One is direct calculation, and the other one is called indirect. Actually, what are these calculations? What type of calculation? Here, in direct calculation, we'll just input our formula or the mathematical expression to get the results in the same cell. Okay, that's called direct calculation. In indirect calculation, we'll be referencing some other cells to get the result over here. So I'll define both of them. First of all, indirect calculation. So, and first thing I want to make it clear that in Microsoft Excel, if you will just type any expression, that will not give any result, like 50 plus 30, that will not give up the result of 80, because I have typed it without the mode converter. It will take it as a text and keep the display as 50 plus 30 without calculating it. In order you want your expression to be processed as we process it in calculator somehow, we have to use the mode converter, which is equal to sign or a plus sign. So you can use any one of them. if you and after starting with the mode converter, enter the expression 50 plus 30, that will sum it to 80. So this is how we use direct calculation. Now you can use indirect calculation in this way, that for example, if you have a value in column number in cell number A1 which is 100, and the other value, for example, in column number D2, let's say here 60. Okay, in direct calculation, how we will do that? We'll start with the mode converter and we'll reference this cell that we need A1, cell number A1. You can see here what we typed A1, the color is changed to blue and the cell number as well is changed into blue. This is just to make it easier to understand which cell we are referring. Then we'll give our mathematical operator, which is plus minus whatever you want. For example, we want to have multiply to D2 in this one cell, so we'll write D2, we'll type it, so you can see it has differentiated it with another color, and press enter, so that will give us the result of 6000 into 60. Now why we use indirect calculations? In indirect calculation, we have referred it to a cell, so if we will change the value of that particular cell, the calculation result will also change. Here, for example, instead of 100, we'll make it 90, so the result will change into 540. This is why we use indirect calculation, and in most cases, mostly in any type of worksheet you create, we will be using indirect calculation to make our work easier. No need to enter the same formula repeatedly and each time. That will save our time and that will be most better and smarter way. And plus, if we change the values, we don't have to enter that mathematical expression again in that cell to change the result. Here the result will be changed automatically. Okay, so I think it is clear now with the indirect and direct calculation. Okay, now one thing more. In calculation, for example, if we have a mathematical equation which says that we want to have 100 plus 30, we want to add them, then we want to divide them by 5. But if we will have entered this equation in Excel, that will not give us our desired result. That will not add up the 100 plus 30 then divide by 5. It will divide the 30 by 5, then that will be added to 100. How it goes here: 100 plus 30 divided by 5, it will give us the result of 106, because 30 divided by 5, 6 plus 100, 106. So here, to enter the equation in such a way that it will calculate it as we need it, we will use brackets. How to use them? Here we'll give the mode converter, open bracket, 100 plus 30, close the bracket, so divide by 5. Here what it is, first of all, you know the mathematical rule that it will solve the smaller bracket, or the if there is only one bracket, it will solve that bracket first. So it will add 100 plus 30, 130, then that will be divided by 5. So the result will be 26. So the bracket, use of bracket is very necessary, and it should be used in correct way, otherwise the result will be changed. You will not get the result which you want. Okay, now moving towards indirect calculation. What if we want to have the same expression if we want to enter in direct calculation? So it will be same. Here we will have written the values, for example 100 in the A1 and 30 on A2. Okay, and 5 is written in A4, and we will use the indirect calculation method to get our results. How we are going to do that? We will do the mode converter or the plus sign. We will write, we'll have the open bracket, A1 plus A2 bracket close divided by A4. we'll get the same result, 26. And now if we'll change the values, for sure the result will change accordingly. Okay, and yeah, you can use in indirect calculation, you can use it, you can calculate it in this way as well. For example, you can, it's not necessary or required that you have to refer the columns in complete expression. Maybe you want to have a certain number, just that number should remain the same. For example, here I want to add up and divide them all by 5. I don't want to refer it to the A4. How? We will give it A1 plus A2, and we can use directly 5. So we are not referring to A4, we have used 5. We can mix and match in this way as well. Okay, what about if we have, if we want to use multiple uh, brackets, how we will use them? It's simple. Here for example, we want to have a calculation like, first of all I'll write the simple digits so it will be simple and easier to understand. Here if you will write 10 plus 3, that will become 30, and minus, we'll give another expression bracket here, we'll make it minus 3 plus 3, 6. Okay, so what we want, first of all, these two brackets, this bracket will be solved, and plus this. So from the first result, what we'll get, the second result will be subtracted from that, so we'll get the result of 7. Okay, so this is how we can play around with the brackets, and this is very important thing, because in mostly many formulas which you will be creating later on, you will be using the brackets. Okay, I hope until here you know about the simple calculation, simple method. So we have to move forward, how to utilize them, how to use them. See, it doesn't matter how many videos you watch or how much books you read, but until you will not apply them or you will not practice on them, you are not going to be a master for that particular thing. Okay, so we'll be creating another simple, what we can say, we'll create a report card for a classroom. Okay, and we will use our direct calculation to get the total marks and the percentage, and how we are going to do that, I'll be teaching you this in the next video.